Bad Samaritan is now in theaters and is an independent film that up until yesterday I hadn't really even heard of, but I looked up the trailer. Halfway through the trailer, I stopped watching it because I was like, that's all I need to know. I'm seeing it. Bad Samaritan is about two people that are best friends, and what they do is they valet at this one place, and they get the keys to these people's cars, and then they end up driving to their houses and rob them. But one time they do this, but they find a woman in this basement all chained up by this one dude, and that starts an escalation of events that were actually kind of suspenseful. Not gonna lie, this film did have its moments. I thought the first half, though, was definitely better than the second half. First half, it was the unravelment of everything that was going on. It was cool to kind of see the power that this villain had, and just his backstory. I thought the cast was fine for what they had to offer. The thrills, there were some solid ones. But honestly, this film is surface level. I didn't hate it, but it is surface level, and that's unfortunate because I think the premise has a lot that can be offered. I think that there could have been a deconstruction of society, robbing, and just morals. I mean, but this film didn't do that. It was just all surface level thrills, and that's a shame. And I felt like the second half was very heavy-handed, and it just got ruffled up in a bunch of cliches. And this film also has one of those, I call it cliches, where you have one of the first scenes, they show something about a certain character, and then later on in the film they show that same exact scene pretty much, and then they explain it. But it's like, well, why would you show that in the first scene then if you're just going to explain it later on? So it just felt strange that they would do that, like spoon feed you twice instead of just once. I don't know, I felt it was odd, and just honestly maybe they forgot about the opening scene being the same as like later on in the film. This film also just, it rubbed me the wrong way with the ending. Like the ending, I was gonna, like up until that point I was gonna give it like a passable rating, but the ending happened, I was like, it reminded me a lot of the movie The Call, you know what I'm talking about, with Halle Berry. And it also just was, it was trying to be Silence of the Lambs, but as you guys all know, it's hard to be that movie. It's hard to even come close. And it just felt like a very, very, very dumbed down version of said film. And even a dumbed down version of The Call, which was a dumb film. But nonetheless, I can't give Bad Samaritan a wholly bad review, but I can't at the same time give it a good review, so that's why I'm stuck in the middle with giving Bad Samaritan a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's a film that if you've seen everything in theaters, it's like you may as well see it, but it just, the relationships in the film were also very shallow. It's not really a character story driven film, which is a shame because it did have a neat concept that, yes, has been done in Don't Breathe, which came out a couple years ago, but it still nonetheless had potential, but it didn't fully realize the potential it had. So that's why it gets a 2.5 out of 5-star rating. So there you go. I repeated myself just like the film. But guys, what did you think of Bad Samaritan? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, also the comment section down below, and subscription and notification bell, and catch you guys later.